Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion. It's about 155 degrees in this country at the moment. No, I jest. It's not. It's on the sort of the top side of 38, almost 40 degrees, which is why there's been absolutely nothing coming out of the studio. It's been too hot. Even with anything turned off, it's just absolutely crazy warm. So anyway, I've decided I was going to have a look at a Game Boy game today, and this was actually suggested by Operation Phantom, so thanks ever so much for that. He knows I love my Bomberman games. So this is a bit of a twist on the theme, really. As you can see, it's more of an Indiana Jones sort of theme, which is quite cool. And there's a little debate going on there about whether or not the sequels to that were actually any good. Indiana Jones 1 and 2, actually very good. The less said about the Crystal Skull, the better it will be for everybody else. Yes. So anyway, you play the role as Bomberman, as you know, but this is sort of like it's not even a Tomb Raider game, it's just, it is Bomberman, but it's set in a different place, and it's on the Game Boy, which is always a lovely thing to have a look at. I must do some more Game Boy and Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color and all that kind of jazz, because it was such a cool console. Actually, me and my son were having a chat about this the other day, then he was saying that thinks that Nintendo dropped the ball a bit with the Nintendo Switch, and I was like, well, why? And he said, well, it doesn't add up to the rest of the console's graphics and stuff. And I said, well, it doesn't need to. It's, for me, Nintendo's always been about fun, and they've always maintained that, as far as I'm concerned. So having the Game Boy back in the day was actually quite cool. And if you remember it, it was basically like almost like a green screen matrix and all that kind of stuff. But it was very playable, and you could have two players via a link cable. Anyone remember those? I had a link cable for my Game Boy. Great fun playing Tetris alongside somebody else. Bizarre, but works incredibly well. Anyway, so the idea of this game is to clear all the bad guys out of the level, and then you can go to the exit, and after a certain amount of levels, you'll get a boss to deal with, and then you can move on. Now, the one thing I do like about Bomberman games is they're instantly accessible. Doesn't matter what kind of gameplay experience you've got, they're easy to pick up and play, and they are just great fun for any age group. I'm 46 and I love these games, so that'll give you an idea. But they are great. They're sort of a bit Boulder Dash to me, and I don't mean they're crap. I mean, they literally remind me of Boulder Dash, the game, or Repton, I think, as it might be known on other systems. But the Bomberman generation has continued on and on. Now, this is Bomberman GB 2, which is great. This is actually a Japanese version. I do believe there are English versions as well. So if you can't get on with the text, it's quite easy to understand, to be fair, once you know which option you want to go for. There are not a lot of options to choose, so it's not like you can get yourself lost, which is always a good thing. So you can see there we've got a power up to extend our bomb radius. Now, the one thing you must be careful of with this is that if you detonate your bombs next to power-ups, you will destroy them, so just be careful. So let's have a look at the UI real quick. Okay, in the bottom left you have your timer. Yes, you must clear the levels before that timer expires. And it's fairly simple to do so, but it can get a little bit close to the knuckle at times. Next to that, we've got how many Bombermans we've got left, or Bombermen, or just our life counter. Next to that is how many bad guys we've got left to eliminate. And then next to that, we've got how many bombs that we've currently got that we can drop in one turn. And the next one along is how many bomb radius enhancements that we have got. Now, I'm quite a completionist with this kind of game. I like to clear the screen before I bugger off into the next level. There you go, there's our fourth. Now, you can only have 4 bombs and 4 expansions at any time, because literally from the limitations of the hardware, and that's about it. But it works, you don't need any more than 4. I've played Bomberman games where you just have strings and strings of bombs, and it gets a little bit overwhelming eventually, and you will inevitably end up blowing yourself to Kingdom Come. But there you go. But yeah, this is a very well done game, actually, and I do believe there's Bomberman GB 3 as well. So I must have a look at those at some point. But I love this game, and it's great fun, and I do suggest to anyone who's a Bomberman fan, even if you've never played a Bomberman game before in your life, it's worth it's worth having a go. Do I lose any of my bombs when I respawn, I wonder? No, I don't. Excellent. So if you die with all your bombs intact, you'll still have them. So that's quite nice. So yes, the controls are very simple as well. So it's left and right, up and down to navigate your way around the screen, and then you've got your dropping your bomb button, and that's about it. So simplistic works for a lot of people. These modern day controllers have got, you know, up to 14 different keystrokes. You don't need that really. Game of this caliber, you need 3 or 4 buttons. It's really quite simple, and it makes it easily accessible to everybody. Pick it up, pop it in your Game Boy, play it. Simple as that. And that's what I love about Nintendo. Even the Switch has got too many buttons for my liking, but it's a cracking console. So Nintendo did the same with the NES. They only had 2 buttons on there. Super Nintendo had 6, so you can sort of see where it's going. But they're not, you know, it doesn't make it too complicated. And 6 buttons when it came to the SNES was absolutely brilliant, because things like Street Fighter 2 really needed those kind of buttons, and it worked for that console in particular. Same with the Mega Drive having a 3-button pad and then a 6-button pad. It all came to fruition eventually. So yeah, but the Bomberman games have just been consistent, and you know, even though there's so many iterations of it, it just doesn't get dull. I know, I said I was going to complete them all, but never mind. Sound and music's nice as well. The music is quite repetitive, but I don't know whether or not that will change once we get onto another level. We shall see. Just see how much time I've got left, because I've really had to cut things a little shorter for this one due to the fact that the studio is already hot and it's 1:15 in the morning, so you'd think it would have been a bit cooler by now. But no. So playability wise, that's absolutely smashed it. I love this, the Bomberman series, just for the fact that it's one of the most playable game series you will ever pick up and put into your console. So that's always nice too. You got some great sound effects, some great animations. As you can see, the bomb there pulsating before it blows up. All the enemies have different characteristics and features, which is nice as well. And all round, this is quite a polished game, so I do recommend it. Replay value, of course there's replay value. It's Bomberman. You're always going to come back to Bomberman, because you're never going to leave him out in the cold. There you go, I destroyed a bomb. Not that I could pick any more up, I just think it gives you, well, it doesn't even give you points because we don't have a scoreboard. Age group for this game is pretty much any, because, well, why not? It's Bomberman. Pick it up, play it. Like I've said before, it's simplistic, it's easy enough for young players to get to grips with straight away. Seasoned players are going to know what they're doing anyway, so it's accessible to you guys as well. Lots of levels, which is always nice. So get your Bomberman on, and I've just blown myself up again. That's not very clever of me, but hey. But if you've not played a Bomberman game before, this might be a place for you to start. Who knows? But yes, if you've got any games that you'd like to see on the channel, let me know. I take all requests and I shall pick through them. I have a stupidly long list of games to get through anyway, but I will always add to list and I will get to them eventually. So if you'd like to see a game featured that you would like to see, I'll also give you a shout out as well. Anyway, that's all from me on this baking update. I will catch you again very soon, hopefully on a cooler day. And until then, my friends, take it easy, carry on gaming, and it's bye for now. Ta-da!